guess they didn't make it this time. Mr. Smith is totally okay with us stealing his turnips. Had a whole seizure. Okay.
Let me take you to a higher level.
Stories nowadays kind of go like once upon a time. But when you look at stories from times like the 1980s and the 1970s and even the 1960s, they're way more interesting, let me just say. You see, I found this little book called Stories and Fables Childcraft Volume 2. And I'm just going to say that the stories I found in here are nothing like the stories of today. The first story I have for you today is called The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there was a mother pig with three little pigs. As she did not have enough money to keep them, she sent them out to seek their fortune. Bye, y'all. The first little pig met a man with a bundle of straw and said to him, "Please, man, give me that straw to build a house." The man did, and the little pig built a house of straw. Presently a wolf came along and knocked at the door. The wolf said, little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig answered, "No, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in and ate up the little pig. Ate up the little pig. That didn't happen in the new version of the Three Little Pigs. In the new version, when the wolf blows down the pigs' houses, they go run to their brother's house. I guess they didn't make it this time. The second little pig met a man with a bundle of sticks and said, "Please, man, give me those sticks to build a house." The way that they say, "Please, man, give me those sticks to build a house," and "Please, man, give me that straw to build a house," kind of sounds like a flashback of when you were younger and your mother always told you to use manners, so you just put "please" before everything, but it was still rude. Then along came the wolf and said, little pig, let me come in." "No, no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," said the second little pig. They don't have names. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and at last he blew the house down and just and had an entree. The third little pig met a man with a load of bricks and said, "Please, man, give me those bricks to build a house," again with the horrible manners. The man did, and the third little pig built a house of bricks. Then the wolf came along and said, as he had to the other pigs, little pig, let me come in." "No, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," said the third little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," cried the wolf. Then he huffed and he puffed, and he puffed and he huffed, and he huffed and he puffed, but he could not blow the house down. When he found that he could not, with all his huffing and puffing, blow the house down, he said, "Little pig, I know where there is a nice field of turnips." "Where?" asked the little pig. "Oh, in Mr. Smith's field." Mr. Smith is totally okay with us stealing his turnips. "If you will be ready tomorrow morning, I will call for you and we will go together and get some dinner." "Very well," said the little pig. "I'll be ready. What time do you mean to go?" "At 6 o'clock," said the wolf. Well, the little pig got up at 5, got the turnips, and was home again before 6. When the wolf came, he said, "Little pig, are you ready?" "Ready?" asked the little pig. "I have been and come back again. I have a nice pot full of turnips for dinner." The wolf was very angry, but he still thought he could trick the little pig somehow or other. They always think that. So he said, "Little pig, I know where there is a nice apple tree." "Where?" asked the little pig. "Down at Marygarden," replied the wolf. "If you promise not to fool me, I will come for you at 5 o'clock tomorrow and we will get some apples." Okay, this wolf is pretty dumb by now. If you promise not to fool me, you can't tell your dinner to promise you not to fool you. That's how you end up starving. But, I mean, he already had this pig's brothers for dinner, so I don't know why he's still hungry. Either that or he's greedy and one day going to end up with a problem. Well, the little pig woke up at 4 the next morning and went off to get the apples. Of course he did. He hoped to be back before the wolf came, but he had farther to go and also had to climb the tree. Just as he was coming down from the tree, he saw the wolf coming. As you may suppose, that frightened him very much. It would frighten me too. When the wolf came up, he said, "Little pig, what are you doing here before me?" "Are they nice apples?" "Yes, very," said the little pig. "I will throw you down one." And he threw it as far as he could. While the wolf was gone to pick it up, the little pig jumped down and ran home. Oh well, I'm sorry, wolf, but you like apples more than pork. Maybe that's healthy. Maybe that's a healthy choice for you. Stick to it. He's not going to stick to it because the next day the wolf came again and said to the little pig, "Little pig, there is a fair in the town this afternoon. Will you go?" "Oh yes," said the little pig. "I'll go. What time will you be ready?" "At 3," said the wolf. So the little pig went off early as usual, got to the fair, bought a butter churn, and was on his way home with it when he saw the wolf coming. At first he did not know what to do. He got into his butter churn to hide. In doing so he turned it round so it began to roll, and it rolled down the hill with the little pig inside it. The wolf was so frightened by this that he ran home without going to the fair. Well, I mean, I think I'd run too for that because I mean, basically he saw a possessed barrel rolling down the hill. It's kind of weird. Later, the wolf went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he had been by a great round thing. Oh my gosh, he doesn't even know that it's a barrel. It's a great round thing, which came down the hill past him. Then the little pig said, "Ha, I frightened you, did I? I had been to the fair and bought a butter churn. When I saw you, I got into it and rolled down the hill." Then the wolf was very angry indeed. He declared he would eat up the little pig and he would climb down the chimney after him. When the little pig saw what the wolf was about, he put a pot full of water in the fireplace and made a blazing fire. Just as the wolf was coming down the chimney, the little pig took the cover off the pot and in fell the wolf. Okay. The little pig put the cover on again, instantly boiled up the wolf, ate him for supper, and lived happily ever after. So basically, how this story ends is that we've decided to change the food chain, so now pigs eat wolves, and not the other way around. I mean, this wolf went through so much trouble. He basically destroyed his lungs, had a whole seizure, and had to run away from a possessed butter churn. Also, that he could end up getting eaten by his dinner.